Sorry to keep you waiting. It took us a bit to put the twins to bed.
I understand. They had a rough day. Are rocket attacks against you common these days?
No. The whole point of the celebration today was to mark 5 years of peace.
Mostly peaceful. When the last tyrant lost his stranglehold on the planet, it made a few regional leaders, well...
overeager. King Shadow's former secret police, the Dark Presence, also worked against us here in the capital.
But outside of today, things really have been quiet. Mostly thanks to my queen.
A hero back from the dead is a tough act to beat.
The queen who kept the peace under King Shadow, and through a coup d'etat does just that.
Yeah, well, this piece of yours is at an end. Something happens in this period of time that will destroy my time. 170 years into the future.
During this exact time? Are you sure?
Reasonably. Look, if you're doubting me because I attacked Sonic before...
You what? When?
It was 200 years ago! Well, 30 for you. But 200 for me. And...
Guys? From one time hopper to another, trust me when I say trying to make past and present sync perfectly is sometimes more trouble than it's worth.
Since when have you time traveled? How?
I'd rather not talk about it. You?
Trade secret.
Well then.
Anyways, I'm willing to bet that disaster in your time is linked to the group that attacked you this morning.
The Dark Presence. The holdovers from an old paramilitary group called the Dark Legion. They have two divisions. The Dark Eyes, in charge of espionage, and the Dark Hands, who do all the field operations. They've never done anything to endanger the world outside of destabilizing the government.
You're forgetting Lienda.
Who?
The leader of the Dark Presence and King Shadow's right-hand woman. When I took over, she disappeared. And left her family behind.
Where is Lienda?
You're about 5 years too late.
Don't give me that. You're her only son. I know she's contacted you.
No, she hasn't. You and your cabal chased her out of my life.
You're covering for her. You're going to tell me everything, or so help me.
Bring it on!
Enough! Enough! Our families have fought enough as it is! Why don't you call on Selma? She's been trying to reach you for days.
Butt out, grandfather.
Please, don't let the cycle repeat again. Would you care to explain why you're picking fights on my front step in the middle of the night?
I'm sorry, great uncle. I didn't come looking for a fight.
Somehow I doubt that. Whether it was Luenda or Rutan, you came here with something to prove. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree in your case.
I just feel like such a failure. My first time on duty without the Chaotix, or my folks to back me up, and I completely botched it.
You're up against one of the hardiest terrorist groups Mobius has ever seen, my dear. And you were the one to defeat King Shadow.
And that's supposed to make me feel better. How?
Because it illustrates how the odds are stacked against you, and how you have the power to face those odds. And when you are overwhelmed, that's when you call your friends.
If we're facing such a well-organized enemy, then we'll need the Freedom Fighters!
The Freedom Fighters disbanded years ago.
You got to be kidding me!
There was worldwide peace under King Shadow, despite his oppression, and I convinced him to stand down to preserve that peace when I began stating my own policies.
In that case, would that make her the traitor? No! That doesn't fit!
I'm sorry?
I said, isn't there anyone we can call?
I suppose we could try calling the Chaotix back from around the world, but without a clear threat.
Well, there are a couple of former freedom fighters we were planning on meeting tomorrow. I'm sure we can count on the Prowlers.
That has to be the fastest room service we've ever...
Daddy?
Miles! I need you kids to go find help. An ESC officer, the Guardian, somebody. Mommy's going to go help Daddy. Wait! Let us help!
Mom.
And now for a little number I'd like to call Let My Husband Go and I'll Go Easy on You. Ah, get off! I won't let you.
Team E checking in. Adult guests are asleep for the night. Kids are having a night on the town.
Forget about them. Secure the room. We're about to tour the castle.
Dimitri's right. I wasn't looking for answers. I was looking to let off some steam. I wonder if Dad ever had just as bad a temper. Huh? The dark presence? Just the kind of stress relief I need. Which is exactly the kind of attitude that almost got a rocket in King Sonic's face. Simmer down, girl. Let's put some of Uncle Espio's training to the test instead.
I don't know. I was expecting something different from this time period.
Hey, we can make it work, no matter what.
Perhaps if you gave us a little more detail beyond the world is going to end.
I do beg your pardon. If you will be staying up, may I bring you any refreshments?
Thank you, but nothing for me.
Ditto. At this age, I just can't do the chili dogs at all hours anymore.
And you, sir?
No. Thank you.
Aren't you that brave and mysterious stranger? The one who saved our king from his amazing powers?
Oh, well, I don't know about amazing or brave. I mean, I did, sure, but...
Well, we can't have a repeat of that, hero.
2 years is a long time to be a sleeper agent.
Don't worry, sire. The kids are safe in their beds.
He's alright. He's asleep.
Leanda probably wants to see to us personally. Here's the plan. You take Sleeping Beauty here and the kids, and you lock yourselves in the panic room. I'll hold off the dark presence.
I served next to King Shadow for years. I've never taken to being a damsel in distress.
They shot a rocket at my head. They're gunning for me first. You can get our kids to safety.
And then sit around while you risk a life on limb and play action hero again.
Yes! This kingdom and our kids are more important than me! By a long shot!
Fine then!
Fine!
Be careful, be safe.
I will!
Good!
Good! Sonic the Hedgehog, winning arguments for married men the world over. Aw, Laura Sue! Don't tell me you got them all already.
You need to be quicker, Your Majesty.
Still got it.
That you do. You're going to have to teach me that move.
Sure, it's all in the legs and... Uh-oh.
The security system has been turned against us. Leanda must have had some kind of backdoor into the security access codes.
And I told Knuckles he was being paranoid when he wanted to replace the entire security system.
She's probably initiated a full lockdown. What do we do?
We gotta get out while we can and think of a plan.
What about the Queen and...
Sally has everything under control. They'll be safe. Now, let's do it to it!
Did you seriously use that line back in the day?
Hey, it's a classic! Or would you prefer hasta la vista, mister?
Only you can make me laugh in a situation like... Oh no.
What's up? Do you see a problem?
Signs of one.
King Sonic! King Sonic, help!
Sky! Melody! Are you alright?
Yes, sir, but you gotta help! A bunch of bad guys in black attacked Mom and Dad!
They already got to the Prowers?
We tried to find help, but all the ESTs are busy with people partying, and we couldn't find anyone, and...
Shh! You did fine.
No! We didn't! Mom dropped us off and we didn't go to help! We could have saved them!
King Shadow was just one guy. How are we supposed to take back the entire castle with the dark presence locked in? Maybe if we'd had the Prowers with us, But now...
Okay, time out! I know how these bad guys work. Your folks are asleep and probably tied up, but fine. Until we rescue them, I'll make sure nothing bad happens to you two, okay?
Alright.
Okay.
And Laura Sue will help out too because she's a guardian and is going to pull herself together, right?
Yeah. Sorry about that, sir.
Don't worry, half of Mobius is on the island right now for the party. There's bound to be somebody here we can recruit.
Right.
First though, we need someplace safe to fall back to.
I'm sure Argyle will help us hide out.
Who?
Uncle Vector's son. He's a good friend.
Sounds good. Lead the way.
All teams have checked in, ma'am.
Then report, my dark eyes.
Miles and Mina Prower have been secured in their hotel room. All castle staff have been confined to their rooms. The security system is now at your command. The team monitoring it says they saw most of the royal family heading to an unknown section of the castle.
The panic room, I'm sure. They're locking themselves away for us, which is fine by me.
The King and Guardian are still at large, ma'am.
It doesn't matter at this point. Bring the Chaos Siphon and follow me. By the time they stage a counter-offensive, our mission will be complete. A fitting end to this pitiful regime. I don't care what stability she brought. I never liked the Queen. Things got done under King Shadow. He appreciated what we did. The rest of the world might think things are better now, but they don't see the chaos on the horizon. We need strong, decisive leadership. Spare the rod and you spoil the world. It's taken 5 years of R&D, but it'll be worth it. A world saved, and my family returned to me. Who was it that shaped the chaos fires that hold you? Knuckles? Miles? That horrible Kintober woman?
We're all set. Inverse energy flow is steady. Vitals are stable. The spatial matrix is deteriorating. He's coming out of it.
At long last.
Leenda?
My sincere apologies for taking so long, Your Majesty. Let the reign of King Shadow begin anew.